Joining me right now on the phone is Home Depot co-founder and Infomed Associates founder and chairman, Ken Langone. Ken, it's always great to talk with you. Thanks so much for being here.
How are you this morning, Maria? And thanks for having me.
I'm doing well. I'm comparing both economic plans of President Trump and Joe Biden. So we want to look at taxes and we want to look at some of these spending plans and get your opinion from a business standpoint. Ken, you've built incredible businesses over your career. You are investing in incredible businesses right now, and you know how to identify growth. Can you compare the plans for us and tell us what you think? And let me just say that you know that President Trump has said that he wants to institute another tax cut, a middle-class tax cut this time. Vice President Biden wants to raise taxes by $4.3 trillion. And interestingly, among the taxes he's going to raise is he wants to take the capital gains tax and the tax on dividends, which, I didn't even realize it was this high. He wants to take it all the way up to 43.6%. Ken, your reaction to the impact of that?
Well, Maria, first of all, there's a reality. You aren't going to get the revenue numbers by just taxing the rich. The only way a tax increase will generate revenues is to go after the middle class. That's where the numbers are. These people are being misled. There is not going to be enough money generated from the so-called rich to take care of all the needs. So that's step one. Step one is it is absolutely a fraud to suggest that all the money that's going to be needed is going to come from the rich and the super rich. The problem is when you go after the middle class, you begin to attack the backbone of the economy. And we will have a bad recession. We will have a very bad recession. At a point in time when our country can ill afford tax increases, this is the pitch. And the pitch is based politically on the notion we'll get only the rich people. You poor people, you middle class people are going to be fine. It won't work, and they know it won't work. The tragedy is it won't. They'll find out it won't work when it's too late. We're doing very good. I was very impressed with the unemployment numbers the other day. They're much better than I thought they would be. And I'm very hopeful that we have such resilience in our economy that with any kind of a break in the vaccine, and by the way, I'm one of those people in the corner saying we will have a vaccine, and I think we'll have it before Christmas. And more importantly, I think we'll have more than one. But that's hopeful on my part. I can't prove it, I just said, but that's what I believe. The second thing is we must be mindful of the enormity of the debt we have in the government right now. When interest rates do any kind of a rise, just put a pencil to paper, take 2-3% interest on our federal debt, and you see a staggering number for interest in the federal budget. These are very precarious times and not the time to be screwing around. And by the way, if you want to just have a tax on the rich, go right ahead. Leon Cooperman, my very good friend, made a good point. I'd be willing to work for the government 6 months, and I keep 6 months for myself. I'm almost there as it is between New York State and the federal government. But the point is, I don't think there's any of us that have done well that will have a problem with paying more taxes. But it's a ruse to think that hitting us and us alone is going to get the job done. It won't, and the middle class will be in peril. And when you take money out of the hands of the middle class, you do a dramatic impact negatively on the economy. That's my pitch, Maria. Reality needs to prevail.
And not only, yep. And not only that, but when you see some of these taxes tied to investments, like the stock market and your home, you sell a home, you're getting taxed by capital gains tax. If you sell your home, you're going to get 43.4% capital gains tax, dividends as well. Any dividends you make on a stock that you own, 43.4% capital gains tax. That is a significant hit.
Well, you're right. And the other thing is, bear in mind that if values go down, the revenue base, that is the percentage you're going to get, the federal government's going to get at its share, is going to be much lower. And that drives more reason why you have to go after the middle class. And believe me, the middle class will not be exempt. They will get, and tragically, it'll punish them more. It isn't going to punish us. I'm going to have less money, thank God. And you know what? Maybe I should. Maybe I should be doing more for this great country. Okay.
All right, Ken, great to talk with you this morning. Thank you so much.